Pixar's Turning Red finally released, and it's pretty freaking great. But before I go into why I enjoyed this movie so much, I just want to quickly discuss some of the negativity surrounding this film. The lead up to Turning Red saw a lot of people hating on it for a multitude of different reasons. People didn't like the animation, the art style, comparing it to a Grubhub commercial, and it honestly led to some pretty funny Twitter interactions. I'm all for expressive animation, but the fuck is this? Expressive animation. Pixar fell off so fucking hard. Ike, what the fuck even is that? I would be embarrassed to have my name attached to this project. I'd legitimately ask to have my name removed from the credits. This is bad, and everyone involved should feel bad. Jesus Christ. Look, do I have issues with this movie? Yeah, and I'll probably find even more upon rewatch, but do I care to elaborate on what those issues are? Well, as a wannabe professional film critic, nah. To start things off, I simply cannot disagree more with the sentiments that this film looks bad, or is CalArts. I love the animation in this film. Everything is so charmingly silly and energetic. It feels like a natural progression for Pixar to go from hyper-realism to utilizing their talents for something more stylized, in what I think is the most expressive Pixar movie to date. Characters are so fucking animated. They're always moving, and you could pause this movie at any time, and you're bound to find some great expressions. If May is ready to crumble due to her social anxieties, you will know. If she finds something cute, you will know. If she and her girlfriends are fangirling over the popular boy band, you will know. This film is so energetic and pretty stylized. Kinda gave me some Edgar Wright vibes at points, with smooth transitions, emphasized swoosh sound effects, and high-octane energy from the entire cast carried on into the pacing, which is absolutely immaculate. That hour and a half of runtime goes by like that. Canada proving as the setting for this movie is also great. Environments are meticulously detailed to the nth degree, and the lighting and coloring here make for some fantastic shots. Needless to say, director Dame Shi definitely has a voice, and I will eagerly await what she and her team do next. All this praise for the film style is not to say that it lacks in substance, because even amongst the film's quirky antics amongst an incredibly loyal and sincere friend group who just want to go to a boy band concert, Turning Red still tells a tightly knit story, finding time amongst the chaos to have those sweeter, intimate moments that really tie together the film's themes perfectly. Specifically, there's this really great scene involving the father character, and it's probably the sweetest part of the entire movie. Also, yeah, the dad character does kind of look like AVGN. I could not get that image out of my head once Twitter pointed it out. Fuck Twitter. In some ways, this movie feels new. It doesn't feel like a Pixar movie, but I don't think that's a bad thing in this scenario. The plot feels just as rebellious as May and her friend group, going in so many bizarre and weird directions. While it may be treading some familiar themes, the way it plays out completely caught me off guard in instances. This is definitely not just a quirky slice of life, coming-of-age kids flick like the advertisements made it out to be. This film in general does a lot of things that I would have never expected from a Pixar movie. Characters feel unfiltered. May isn't meant to be a role model for other girls her age, but simply just a girl dealing with the natural and unnatural struggles that come with steering into womanhood. Her hormones go way out of whack quite a few times in this film. She at one point says, and it doesn't shy away from all the messy emotions and hormones that come at the time when your body flat out turns against you. Turning Red isn't afraid of alienating a part of its audience to speak to its core demographic. Things such as first menstrual cycle and the different pads, extra food, ibuprofen, and water to relieve those cramps is played off so casual and not as this taboo thing most mainstream media treats it as. And I can tell this is really going to resonate with some people, reassuring them that what they're going through is natural and not something they should be ashamed of. And I honestly really respect the film for that reason. Ultimately, I definitely understand why some people may not like this or find it too uncomfortable. Evidently, it's being review bombed on Rotten Tomatoes and Letterboxd, with reviews complaining that they couldn't relate to it, but I think there's a difference between a movie's objective qualities and what simply didn't click with you. The fact of the matter is that Turning Red was not made with everyone in mind, but that doesn't mean it can't be enjoyed by everyone. Be yourself has been preached over and over again, but I think this film really hits the nail on the head. Don't change who you are for a crowd that wasn't willing to accept you in the first place. You will find that special group of friends that get you and accept you for who you are. Don't feel the need to meet societal or cultural expectations. Move at your own pace. Express yourself the best way you know how. Understand your limitations and desires, and don't push away that messier part of yourself. Learn to live with it, and come to understand it to reach new heights. Also, the score for this film fucking slaps.